Right now on News 8 at 9, cruising for a cause, how family and friends are making sure something good comes from their loss. And money for mental health, how people in Scott County had a good time for another good cause.
Now, live from WQAD, News 8 at 9 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for News 8 at 9. I'm Megan Noe. Topping our news tonight, a car crash in Moline sent 3 people to the hospital this afternoon. The accident happened around 3 p.m. on 16th Street and 38th Avenue. Police say a truck hit the retaining wall, which caused it to flip over and roll several times into the parking lot of Homebound Healthcare. No word on the passenger's conditions tonight. Deputies in Joe Daviess County are looking for a driver who hit someone with their car and then took off. It happened around 10:30 last night in rural Scales Mound, Illinois. The sheriff's office says the driver hit a parked car and a passenger who was standing outside. And that person later died at the hospital. Deputies are looking for a 1997 to 2003 Ford F-150 that's blue or teal. The truck will have damage to the driver's side, front, and side. Anyone with information should call the Sheriff's Department or Crime Stoppers. 2 people are in the hospital after a shots fired call in a car crash in Davenport earlier this morning. Davenport police responded to the 1000 block of West 6th Street just before 5 a.m. Gunfire hit several parked cars and a house, but no one was hurt by the shots. However, during the gunfire, a car crashed into a parked construction trailer. 2 people were taken to the hospital for serious injuries from that crash. A Quad City couple is keeping the memory of their friend alive by doing what he loved most. News 8's Johnny Gendrich explains how they're using a car show to keep others from drunk driving.
It's set up strictly for the drag strip, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Nearly 50 cars showed up to show off at the 2nd annual Cruise In for a Cause car show.
Hello! You will be number 22.
And it's all for a man who would have loved to be here.
The car is a 1994 Acura Integra. It was our friend Tease who was killed by a drunk driver.
2 years ago, Tiangelo Gerard was riding a motorcycle in Davenport when a drunk driver hit and killed him.
We put on this big car show because he loved cars.
His friends, Samantha and Jake Harry, organized the show in his loving memory.
A lot of these people are friends and family, and we've actually met a lot of new people as well that just come out for car shows.
We're just doing the car the way we think he would have wanted it.
A special car, Tiangelo's, fixed up by his old friend Jake.
This would be my second friend I've lost to drinking and driving, which is why we put on this show now, to do our very best to raise some sort of awareness.
A wash bucket with product from O'Reilly's.
All the proceeds from the show go to Mothers Against Drunk Driving of Iowa.
That was one of the things that we actually came out here specifically for.
I just really hope that it opens somebody's eyes so one day they're out drinking, they think, man, I shouldn't be driving.
To hopefully save a life.
We move on like he would have liked us to. We always keep him in our hearts.
In Davenport, Johnny Gendrich, WQAD News 8.
The man who killed Gerard is currently serving a jail sentence of up to 25 years. Gerard would have been 26 years old. Well, fall may be right around the corner, but it sure doesn't feel that way. Meteorologist Taylor Graham is in the Weather Center tonight with our first check of the forecast. Taylor?
Yeah, summer didn't give up just yet. This was the last weekend of summer, and it felt like it. We hit a high today in the Quad Cities at 84, 86 in Iowa City, even warmer out there, 88 in Mount Pleasant, almost reached the 90-degree mark. Not seeing much clouds out there, so we will have clear conditions for the remainder of tonight into early tomorrow morning. Cooling off though as we go into the next few hours. We'll be right around the upper 60s around 10 p.m. and then quickly falling down into the lower 60s early tomorrow morning. I'll have a look at your rain chances for tomorrow evening in just a few minutes. Megan?
Thank you, Taylor. One of the tallest buildings in the Quad Cities will be coming down tomorrow. Teardown of the old Lodge Hotel starts tomorrow. The Bettendorf property has been empty since last year, and now the developer is ready to move forward with clearing the site. Russell Construction is still considering what to do next with the 8-acre site. Dozens of people headed to Modern Woodman Park this afternoon to take a long ride on the big wheel. Community members signed up to ride the Ferris wheel for an hour at a time while collecting donations for the Scott County Mental Health Court. The new program is an effort to cut down on the number of people with mental health problems who end up in jail.
The idea is that this program supports efforts to break that cycle of people getting into trouble and getting into jail, but not getting the help that they need to empower themselves to get their lives back on track.
The mental health court received a $50,000 grant from Genesis to help get started, but right now there are only enough funds to run it for about a year. Hundreds of people lined up on 15th Avenue in downtown East Moline today to get a look at this year's Mexican Independence Day Parade and Fiesta. This month is National Hispanic Heritage Month, and today's event wrapped up the Quad Cities' annual Fiesta Week. Attendees and small business owners say it's the perfect way to get out in the community and celebrate Hispanic heritage.
It's important because you need to be involved with your community, and being such a strong population of having that Hispanic input where you have the Mexican restaurants, the little ice cream shops, you need that to have that cultural inspiration throughout the Quad Cities.
The parade is put on by the local League of United Latin American Citizens. Man's Best Friend celebrated the season today at Dogtoberfest. The event brought hundreds of people and their pets to the beer stube in LeClaire this afternoon. There was plenty of German food, drinks, and even some wiener dog races. Attendees say it was a great chance to raise money for some much-needed upgrades at Crow Creek Dog Park.
We need some fencing repair. Our fencing now is 10 years old, so we need to really make some repairs because some of the little dogs are sneaking under, so that's one of our first priorities.
The first 150 people also received free doggy gift bags. There's much more to come right here on News 8 at 9. Still ahead, an explosion update. What we know about last night's explosion in New York City and whether it's related to other attacks. And close contest, just how close the presidential race is getting and why Clinton's spending time in a state she's already leading.
You're watching News 8 at 9 with Megan Noe.